Hey there, this is Mr. Shot Lagoo doing the playoffs to see if we can go into Pro League 2. We're going against Shock Squad, as I said before. Let's see what their team is looking at. Like, Mayer has an A in jumping, an A in sprinting, so he's going to be definitely hard to pinpoint. Looks like they have a couple of good stamina. Oh, man. Pretty decent players when it comes to stamina. Same thing with their... Dang. Snap. So it might be a whole waiting game with them. They're not bad. They had decent goals, I'd say. But, anyways, let's go into the game instead of just looking at the stuff. Alright, again, I did have people playing, so I'm going to actually have a whole change out. What's their formation? Their formation is a 4-4-2. We're going to go with a different formation this time, because when it comes to 4-4-2s, we're not great with them. And with those guys, it's definitely more of a stamina test. So, I'm going to have Sawyer. I'm going to have... I'm going to have S.5. Then I'm going to probably have Shipper. No, I'm going to actually have Shipper start off. And then S.5 switch off. To start off, I'm going to have Hoffer. I'm going to have, instead of Ziegler on that side, he's going to be on the left side. Instead of Galliard, I'm going to have Nicholas. And then over on the back end, it's going to be, of course, Frolov. Novikov instead of Herman. And Roth instead of Straub. And then Straub is going to be, not going to be on the bench, it's going to be Dijkstra. One thing that is the deciding factor, because Hoffer has showed himself as good offense and great defense, I'm going to give him in the middle kind of attacking area. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to poke out a little bit. We're going to go balanced. With the players that we have currently, it's going to be hard to tell. So I'm not going to mark anybody as of right now. And we're going to go into kickoff. Alright, 31% chance for Shock Squad to win, 39% chance for a draw, and 30% chance for us to win. Looks like they're going into playoffs, so it looks like Fireball, Albion, and Northern Lights. Alright, they won the coin toss. Burrito's good shot. Frolov with the recovery. Clearing it over to Hoffer. Hoffer to Sawyer. Crossing it over to Shipper. One-on-one, hits the keeper. Pelletier. Clearing it. Parisi. Passing it over to Lozano. Gets stolen by Sawyer. Passing it over to the wing, but Parisi is there to steal it back. Hoffer trying to grab it, does so. Goes for a dribble. Passing it over to Shipper. Goes for a shot. Keeper blocks it. Pelletier clearing it. Passing it over to their defenders. Novikov through pass to Shipper. Shipper going for a shot, and it just goes over. Lozano passing it over to O'Kelly. Over to the middle to Vital. Schubert with a shot. Hits Garrido. Doyle with the grab. Passing it over to Ziegler. Long pass over to Hoffer. Burkert with a bad clearance. Nicholas with the shot in because of that error, and we've already gotten one goal. Not going to get ahead of myself. That might have been an error. But we shouldn't let it stop us. Can't believe that, though. But because of that, that doesn't diminish how much possession they have had so far with us. I mean, we're getting good on stealing, but we just have to keep retaining on doing great passing and not be too hasty or too hesitant with our shots. Ziegler with clearance. Lozano keeping it in, passing it over to Schubert. It's one of our players, Lozano, passing it. O'Kelly hits, because of the cross, hits one of their players. Ziegler with the recovery. Passing it over to Hofer. Hofer with the pass, but it's one of their players, Schubert, going for a pass over to Lozano. Hits the keeper. Esquerdo clearing it. Parisi keeping it in. Back to Lozano. Over to Pestov. No look pass. Novikov fighting for it. Clears it out for their throw-in. Gentile. Crossing it over. Frolov with a bad touch. Garrido clearing it. Not a good idea. Thank you, Garrido. I don't know why he passed it right over to one of their forwards. Schubert to Lozano. Over to Fatal. Shot is blocked. It's out for their throw-in. Looks like they're doing a long throw. They're already starting to switch out some players. Gentile with the shot. Hits one of our players. Frolov clearing it. Hofer over to Schipper. Goes for a shot attempt. Keeper saves it, but it's out for a corner kick. Nicholas to take it. Crossing it over. Schipper with a header. Hits the post. Buckert clearing it. Squardo with a bad pass. Vital steals it. Squardo with a recovery. Novikov with a bad steal. A shirt pull. I think it was Ziegler that did it. No, it's Frolov. Frolov got a yellow card already. They get a free kick in a dangerous spot. Goes in. 1-1 right now. Anybody getting tired? Roth's getting tired. That's not good. Might have to have Dijkstra on. I don't want him to be on, but if I have to, I might have to. Just in case. Alright, just because we are tied does not mean anything. So. We're going to do it that way. Just that way our defense doesn't get tired, because at this point, it is now a stamina test. Sawyer, passing it back to Doyle. Through past the Schipper. Goes for a shot. Shot's blocked. Passed off with a recovery. Lozano over to Dijkstra. Tried to clear it. Goes for a second time. Roth. Long pass over to the middle. Hoffer's there. Goes for a shot. Keeper saves it. It is out for a corner kick. Nicholas to take it. Crosses it to the middle. Roth with a header. Oh, that's crazy. Keeper saves it again. Out for another corner kick. Pestov clearing it. Novikov. All right, that's the first half. Oh, that was crazy. Man, he is really good. All right. Schipper's not doing too great on shots. I'm not going to switch anybody out quite yet unless I really need to. We're going to keep the way we are as of right now. Probably after like 5 minutes, I'm going to probably switch out Schipper with either Estevez or De Winter. Probably Estevez, though. All right, Sawyer, bad pass. Lozano with the steal. Parisi, back to Lozano. Over to Pestov. Over to Lozano again. Vital. Oh, thank goodness. It was outside. Ugh. Garrido. Offer. Over to Nicholas. To Novikov. With the dribble. Passing it over to the middle. Doyle. Passing it over to Nicholas. Goes for a shot. Hits the side netting. Alright. Go ahead and have Schipper switch out for Estevez. Alright, Novikov with the save. Passing it over to the middle. Hofer goes for a shot. Schipper going for a cross. Sawyer with a header, but it just goes over. I don't know why he did it. He could have just done the shot, but it's fine. Well, it looks like Northern Lights right now is winning 1-0 with their deal. All right, Burkert to Schubert. Over to Zvedo. Schubert again. To Parisi. Hoffer with the steal. Over to Ziegler. Going for a cross attempt? No, it was a shot. It was for sure a shot. Mayer is able to see it. All right, Lozano. Nicholas with the steal. Passing it over to Sawyer. He's not able to grab it. Oh, goes for a header, and it just goes over. All right. Hoffer's getting tired. I'm going to have to winter there, then. All right, Parisi. Pestov going for a shot. It's one of their players. Esquerdo clearing it. It's out for their throw-in. We're going to have to keep in that spot, whether we want to or not. Because right now we are not looking so great. I mean, we're fine keeping them cleared, but we just really hope that we just make great through passes and don't be rash with our shots. Lozano going for a weird sort of cross, but Dorito is able to grab it. Sawyer over to Dijkstra getting tackled. Schubert tried to pass. Lozano is there, hits the keeper. Squaredo clearing it. Esvedo crossing it over to Lozano. Ziegler with the steal. Roth passing it over to the wing. Novikov to Estevez. Yes, go. Goes for a shot. It's the keeper. It's out for a corner kick right now. Nicholas to take it. Passing it over to Novikov. Shot blocked. Esquerdo. Novikov over to the middle. Doyle. Shot. Hits the post. Off the rebound. Mayer's able to grab it with Sawyer choking on the rebound. Doyle to Sawyer. To Nicholas. To Estevez. Novikov. To Sawyer. To Doyle with the shot. And it goes wide. It's hard to watch. Estevez over to Sawyer. Stop going for shots, man. Please think him out. Pelletier to Parisi to Lozano. Over to Young. Novikov with clearance. Young is able to grab it. Parisi crossing it. It's one of our players. Doyle, bad clearance. Ziegler passing it over to Estevez. Estevez with a bad shot. De Winter, bad shot. Doyle passing it over to Estevez. Please pass. Oh, yes, De Winter with a rebound. 2-1. Sorry, that was just difficult to watch. Of course, we're not out of the woods with this, because it looks like all of our players are for sure just dead tired. Everybody right here, Roth, Novikov, Esquerdo. As long as the forwards keep hold of that ball for at least a good 2-ish minutes, we should be fine. Yes. Estevez. Winter. Oh, thank goodness. Yes. All right, we made the playoffs for the first time ever. I had a feeling that we probably weren't going to make it and go for penalties, and I've never done penalties with this, of course. Oh, crud. Of course, Nicholas able to capitalize on that was awesome. So, I'm shaking right now. Oh, dang, it looks like Fireball Albion is now in the Pro League 1 playoffs. That's crazy. And it looks like Northern Lights are in Pro League 2. Or Pro League 1, duh. Alright. We did not do too awful. With 12 wins, 5 draws, and 3 losses, we have been able to not only go to first place for Advanced League, but also get promoted to Pro League 2. Now this is going to be a big step in skill-wise, and And it was a really long season. All right. We've grown in, and we are now ranked as rising stars. Our budget has increased. Of course, with that being said, this is the chopping block moment. Dorito's asking for $100. I guess. So there's a couple players that probably won't make it through the next season, and that's including Taylor, Roth. I will give Herman a shot. If there's anybody a little bit more decent, I'll look into it. So there's Roth, Taylor, Doyle, maybe Hoffer. Yeah, asking for 150. Okay, that's fair. No, that's the one I'm not going to renew the contract for. Dang, Sawyer's already gone down in potential. That's okay. It's probably Shipper that won't make it to the next season. Gotti's not going to be renewing his contract. So, to these two, it has been an honor. It has been a ride. But we definitely need to up our ante when it comes to new players. So, thank you for watching the entirety of Season 5 with the ups and downs, but finally have made it to Pro League 2. With... Dang, okay, so who's going to be our new... So as of right now, it looks like, I think Boston Old Boys, Northern Lights, Hallie's Rangers, Playing Mantis, Team Talon, Twister Town, AFC Tribesmen will be our players that we fight for to at least being prevented from being relegated. So, and then we'll take a look for the goals and assists. So it looks like Gotti made it to third place, which, to be fair, I didn't put him in a lot of games just because of his potential, and I didn't want him to compromise on us winning. But it does look like Sawyer also got in 6th place as well. So he's getting up there. I just got to up his shooting and probably his technique. For assists, though, let's take a look. Shipper is in 6th place. Yeah. Maybe, who knows, we might be able to see if any of the forwards in AFC Good Omens or maybe Arctic Storm are able to grab them off of them. But until then, I'm going to go ahead and save it and call that a season. Thank you for watching.